continue.
Entire nation talking. Dr. Adedeji Adeleke, father of Afrobeat star David Adeleke, of course, Davido, has moved to clear the air over the renewed paternity allegations involving his son. He's accusing a Nigerian blogger of being behind the social media pages circulating the claims, despite multiple DNA tests showing a 0.00% probability of paternity. Speaking during a press briefing in Lagos on Wednesday, Dr. Adeleke said he decided to address the media to counter what he described as persistent misinformation. According to him, the child's aunt, who resides in Abuja, contacted him directly with messages stating that neither she nor the child's mother was responsible for the online posts. He alleged that the accounts used to push the narrative were being impersonated by a certain Nigerian blogger while providing evidence of message exchanges between himself and the girl's aunt supporting the claim.
Like I said, I have 14 grandchildren. So what will one more do? Is it that I will not be able to afford to do things for her or bring her into my family? But there's science, DNA. If you say you are my granddaughter, and the science has proven that you are my granddaughter, I will gladly accept her. This was the first DNA. This is the original copy that I was giving one, and the grandma was giving another one. And at the end of the whole story, they wrote here that probability of paternity, 0.00%. And the mom asked the lab guy that, what does this mean? He said, it means that David is not the father of this child. And she was really disappointed. She broke down. She was crying, the grandmother.
Now, we know that Dr. Adeleke is not one who, courts the public eye often. So this just goes to show the gravity of this case, that he's now had to come to the media to address this. Ayo, let me start with you.
Let me start with you, because it's Dr. Batu's story, so I'll just do very quickly on this one. I mean, this is the downside of fame. Especially, we've seen it's not just in Nigeria, whereby people want to pin children on certain celebrities. Sometimes it comes out that it's true. Other times we've seen whereby women just want to do this. And in this case, we saw this blown up by a blogger who said that, Anu, okay, let me not mention, the person in question, I've mentioned Anu, but the person in question is a child. Now, I want to just apologize to Dr. Adeleke. What will make him come and hold this kind of... He doesn't need all this. He's a well-respected man in society. He's an older man who should be enjoying his children and grandchildren. But he felt this was essential to protect the name, that they've worked really hard to preserve, the Adeleke name. And he's presented facts. He hasn't just spoken. He's presented facts and said that he has 14 grandchildren. And we've seen him in the past, welcome grandchildren from different women, from his children. That it's not a problem. It's just that it is not true. And I believe that this should be an opportunity for people to desist from trying to use ways, calculative ways and manipulative ways to get people to fund their lifestyles. I think it's quite unfortunate, and I'm grateful that he has taken time out in order to debunk, hopefully once and for all, these challenges. Let me just say finally, people are saying, oh, let them just pity the child and adopt. No, if they do that, they encourage this sort of behavior, whereby people want to take advantage of wealthy people or people of status in order to fund their lifestyle. They shouldn't. It's quite sad that it has to resort to this, but people should stop this behavior. And where possible, if she continues to go on this road, then they should sue her and let her keep quiet. It's unfair.
That's it.
Okay, I said I was interested in the topic because I've always said on this table that there are no illegitimate children in Africa. There is no court of law you will go in Africa where a child will be dismissed as illegitimate. But we are in the age of science, where also the paternity of a child can be easily determined. And it is interesting that what Dr. Adeleke, Adedeji Adeleke, the father of Davido, David Adeleke, is quoting in what has now become Davido Gate. Davido Gate is science, is relying on science. He said when he was approached in 2014, the family decided to carry out, DNA test, which is a scientific approach. They went to Vedic Hospital in Victoria Island, and saliva was taken, not blood, as is being reported by some other interested parties in the matter. And it was established that David Adeleke is not the father of the Anu Oluwapo. The result came out negative. Now, to be doubly sure, they had another test. 3 for David Adeleke, Davido alone. Then, of course, within the family, it happens that there is a cousin bearing Adebayo David Adeleke. So the family, also pursuing science, said, okay, just in case there is a doubt, because these young men, they go to a nightclub, they do one night stand, maybe it's the other Adebayo David Adeleke. So the B-Red, that's the nickname of that one, also went through DNA tests twice. So 5 tests total, both for the main accused person and the cousin. All the results came out negative. And Dr. Adeleke presented that scientific evidence. Then to the emotional part of it, he said he already has 14 grandchildren. Adding one more to the clan is not a problem. But he has to be sure. Yorubas have a word for children like that. It's not illegitimacy, which is the legal term. You don't want to bring a bastard into your household, no matter how rich you may be. However, as a prominent man in society, he said, okay, he decided to send money to the family. He even enrolled the mother in Adeleke University. The daughter was also given money, and she completed secondary school, just to say, well, you may not be my child, a member of my family, but I can always help as a prominent Nigerian. So that's the basis. But the latest is that he now said yesterday that it is Kemi Olunloyo, Miss Kemi Olunloyo, who opened the social media accounts and who is bringing up this matter that will appear to have been settled again and again. Well, Ms. Olunloyo has come forward to say, yes, she is the one who opened the account and that she's doing investigative journalism. And the reason is that she wants to give voice to the person, the complainant. The complainant, in the birth certificate that Dr. Adeleke said he saw, listed her name not as Ayo Labinjo, I think that's her name, but as Ayo Adeleke, a woman that was not married by the family. So he, as the head of the family, should know whether they paid the dowry for somebody who has adopted the name. So his concern is about misrepresentation, it's about impersonation, and he's saying anybody that goes ahead with it should be warned. His family will have no option but to go to court. However, the Miss Labinjo is insisting that Davido, they had a one-night stand. That should be a lesson to young men and young women. Why should you subject yourself to a one-night stand? And then science has said, okay, even if you are a one-night stand female, science can confirm whether the product of the penetration of the female Homo sapien, is the result that is being presented. And science has said that is not the result. So I think that the matter speaks for itself. It should be laid to rest, and people should just learn lessons from it. Not just women, but also our young men.
Preach it.
Who are looking for free, what do they call it in Yoruba? Do free? No, that's what they call it. They call it do free. Okay. So young men should be advised. Young ladies should also not constitute themselves into the animal sounds of the neighborhood. I don't want to interpret that. But I think the matter is straightforward. Science is the major protection. And I think, it looks like the rich also cry.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. That's a mouthful, Dr. Abati and Ayo. Thank you for that. And I think also a big takeaway is that intimate relations should come with a responsibility for both parties. So let everybody be guided.
Eddie.